ACDC's Black Ice Tour comes to an end in Perth tonight after record-breaking concerts around Australia. Arguably the country's biggest music export, ACDC have been playing their raw brand of rock and roll and winning fans around the world for more than 30 years. When the tour wraps tonight, more than 750,000 Australians and New Zealanders will have passed through the turnstiles. Fans have turned out in force, some fearing this tour could be the band's last in this country. Danielle Parry reports from Perth.
At the moment they would be the #1 touring band in the world, and they certainly record-wise, sales-wise, they've sold now a total of 220 million albums.
From humble beginnings as a pub band more than 30 years ago, ACDC is now undoubtedly one of the giants of the music scene and a promoter's dream.
We've sold between Australia and New Zealand in excess of 750,000 tickets, and it's about the biggest tour I think been through the country here.
ACDC are winding up their Australian tour in what many fans regard as the band's spiritual home, Perth. It was here that the band's original lead singer, Bon Scott, grew up. It's no small feat moving this rock and roll circus around the world. It takes 60 trucks to ferry their gear and 300 people to set up the stage for every gig.
It's the greatest show on earth, you know. The staging is amazing, you know, the lights and the sounds, and there's 4 things in an ACDC concert. That's lights, sound, boobs and pyrotechnics.
Doug Thorncroft runs the Bon Scott fan club and has already seen the band 7 times this tour. He says ACDC has managed to bridge the generational divide and is now reaping the rewards.
15 years ago, people would cross the road if you saw a black T-shirt and Akadaka on the front, you know, but it's fashionable now. It's trendy to be wearing an ACDC T-shirt, where before we used to be called bogans, you know, where now I think everyone likes to be a bogan.
ACDC pilgrims have flocked from all over the country and the world to pay homage to Bon Scott, who died 30 years ago. The rock legend grew up here in Fremantle and he's one of the West's favourite sons.
When you take Bon Scott and his talent, and you think that he started off in Perth with the Valentines as a group on a national level, then fraternity of another vocal style, and then to become the lead singer of ACDC and also write songs is pretty amazing.
The highlight for many fans is the Highway to Hell tour, which runs every week, taking in everything from Bon Scott's first school.
Any time he was here, most of it was spent in those bushes over there with a girl.
To his childhood home and, of course, his grave.
This is the most visited grave in Australia.
30 years I've waited to come here to the cemetery to see Bon's grave, and I'm quite nervous actually. It's been a lifelong effort to get here, but brought the family and going to the concert on Monday night and can't wait.
I travelled over just for the shows tonight, yeah, and on Monday came to see Bon's grave as well, did the whole tour.
We've had everything from little kids. I had a little German kid today in an ACDC shirt. No, we got all sorts of people. We've had people fly in from Sydney just to do the tour.
Fans were moved to tears when Bon Scott's old bagpipe band played at a pre-concert party in Subiaco on Saturday night. This group of Spanish ACDC devotees came all the way from Madrid to be at the Perth show.
Because we like ACDC so much that we don't mind to spend 20 hours on a plane to come here. We think this is a very important concert.
Even though most of the group have seen ACDC anywhere up to 30 times, they felt the trek to Perth was worth every cent.
He knew that this concert was going to be special because this is the place, or this is very close to the place where Bon is resting. So he chose this concert.
They're among almost 100,000 people who bought tickets for the final 2 gigs in the West. Some fear tonight could be the last time the ageing rockers will launch a full-scale tour on home soil.
I think maybe it's the last of the big concerts where you have a world tour. Now, we're talking about these guys, by the time they finish in Berlin in June, they've done 175 concerts. Now, that's a lot in under 2 years.
But the ACDC camp is adamant that after such a record-breaking tour, they'll be back.
And there's certainly no talk of them retiring. I think they'll be looking at it as an amazing tour, an amazing reception, and this is certainly naturally their favourite part of the world.
Their brand of rock and roll is still as popular today as it was when they first started. And then you take the songs, you know, and the songs are just, they absolutely stand the test of time.
Danielle Parry reporting from Perth.